Hey then, welcome back. As always, I'm Carl with Target's Attitude, absent-minded professor of knives and all things sharp. Sit on back, grab your pens and paper, class is about to begin. Today, it's Wednesday, so it must be Bug Out 101, and today we're looking at navigation. How are you going to find your way around? Well, yes, today we're looking at navigation. Before we get too far into that, let's get the syllabus work out of the way, shall we? If you're new to the channel, welcome. We do mainly knife reviews, occasional reviews of some camping gear and survival gear. On Wednesdays, we do Bug Out 101. It's aimed at those who have very little outdoorsman experience, but want to figure out how to put together an emergency kit for next emergency. Maybe the next time won't be sheltering in place. Maybe it'll be something that forces you to get the hell out of Dodge. A hurricane, tornado, wildfires like they have out in California all the time. We had right up here in North Carolina not too long ago. The accidents and disasters happen all the time. And if you want to be prepared for it, well, this is the series for you. For those of you who have been with us for a while, well, welcome back. Glad to have you again. Just got one question for you. Have you subscribed yet? No? You haven't. Why not? It's easy enough to do. Just hit that button right down there that says subscribe. Then you hit the bell next to it. That way you get notified every time I do a new video. It's a win-win situation. Win for you because you get to see all the new videos I come out with. Win for me because, well, the more subscribers I have, the easier it is to get these neat new things. All in all, we help each other out. But on with class. As I say, we're talking navigation. So, yeah, you know where you're going. You know where you are. No problem, right? Or wrong. If we're talking about emergency, even if you've got your car and it's still running, we can't guarantee that you're going to be on roads that you know. Admittedly, the whole idea is to plan for a place to go that you're going to be safe. Maybe it's your in-laws. Maybe it's a friend who lives just outside of the disaster area. Maybe it's a hunting camp that is far enough away to be safe. In any case, you know where you're going. And most of the time, you've got an idea of how to get there. But you might not be able to use the route you normally use. And even if you've got the car, this could be a problem. If you're on foot, it's even worse. Maybe it's raining real heavy. Maybe it's nighttime and you're in some woods. Maybe it's just heavy fog. It doesn't matter. If you can't see well, you can't walk in a straight line. You have troubles navigating. This has been scientifically proven time and time again. Matter of fact, the Mythbusters did an episode about it not that long ago. I want to say it was season 11, episode 3, but you might want to check me on that. I mean, you watched Jamie and Adam, and it was wild. Even when they got out in the forest, okay? Jamie did okay, but he had survival training from experts, rangers and the like. So, yeah, they even went so far as to simulate bad visibility conditions by putting a bucket over their heads so they could only see their feet and about maybe 2-3 feet in front of them. In spite of that, Adam did great, but he was using every trick in the book to do it. Adam, on the other hand, he ended up walking around in circles. And there's lots of cases where that has happened. People get out in the woods, they can't see well enough, and they end up walking in a huge circle, never going anywhere, never getting where they need to go. So how do you avoid that? Now, there are a few tricks. As I say, if you're in a car, you've always got your GPS unit, or probably have a GPS unit. That ought to work just fine. If you've got your cell phone with you, there's GPS of apps that you can download. Again, works great. But what happens if your GPS goes out for some reason? Or you have to leave your car and go on foot for some reason. Yeah, you've got the GPS unit on your phone. That's going to do great. But as you just heard, lost us.
Recalculating. Turn right on Silver Creek Road.
So yeah, as you heard a minute ago, this lost satellite. What do you do when that happens? And the other problem is this drains the battery amazingly fast. So if you're driving and you're going to get there in less than a day, or you can punch it into plug your phone into your car to keep it charged, everything's great. If you're on foot and you've got no way to keep your phone charged, all of a sudden you're looking at a couple hours of GPS, and then what do? Your phone's dead. And if it's nighttime or badly overcast and rainy or foggy, you sure can't hook up to a solar panel to recharge it. Okay, they do make GPS units aimed for campers and hikers that are handheld, and they're nice units. They work great. Average battery life on those is about 20 hours. Sounds great, right? Stop and think about it. That's 2 days. If you're on foot and it takes you more than 2 days, after the second day, you're out of luck. Unfortunately, most of the time you're going to be able to get there in 2 days, even if you are on foot, because you managed to drive far enough that by the time you're taking to doing it via shoe leather, it's not too bad. But you might not. So what can you do? Best bet is good old-fashioned map and compass. And maps, okay, maps are easy. Just about every welcome center at the border to every state I've ever been to has a selection of free maps. So if you're out traveling, stop by one and grab yourself a couple maps. I say they're free and they're great. You can buy road atlases. This one is a little oversized, but I mean, again, it's large print, so it's easy to read. Got lots of information. It'll do in a pinch. And they make much smaller ones. You can get them that pocket size if you want. Or maybe you're a member of AAA. If you are, perfect. AAA offers what they call triptychs. What they do is they put together a customized map it's got a binder at the top, so it opens just like a pocket notebook with top fold. You can just flip through the pages to whatever map you need to see where you're going. Get them to do up one for you from where you live to where you're probably going to go to in an emergency situation, and keep it handy. That it's always about being prepared. Or you can always do what I've done. I used Google Maps, and okay, this is not actually the one I use. For this, I picked my hunting camp, which is not far enough away to really guarantee me safety. And I'm not going to tell you where my honey camp is, sorry. But after doing the regular map that I would use to drive, I then go and I start breaking it down into smaller sections. Just blow it up big enough to show all the landmarks that I might need to be able to find, so that as I go down the road, I can just look to see where I'm going. And the ones I actually carry in my pack, I've laminated. That way, if it's raining like it is right now today, I don't have to worry about my map book getting wet and causing me all sorts of problems. But that just tells you where you're going. You still have to figure out how to get there. So, it's time to break out the old-fashioned compass. Got two types, basically. Your basic one, like you probably had in the Scouts. Very simple. This one has a clear base plate. The idea is that when you put it on the map, you can read the map through it. So what do? You arrange it so that the compass is lined up with north on the map. Then you turn it so that everything's actually facing north. And you look at where you got to go. And okay, so I need to go to 80 degrees. That's that way. Pick out something 80 degrees from me, and I walk to it. When I get there, check my map again, break out the compass, take a look. Let's see here, and 80 degrees is that way. And there's a tree there with a big knot about halfway up the trunk. Great. I walked there. Another type of compass you can get is what's often called a lensomatic or lens stick compass. It's also referred to as a spy compass. I'm not sure why. The idea for this is pretty simple, actually. Easy enough to fit in your pocket. When you need it, you open it up, find your bearings just like before, and then, okay, so I need to go to 80 degrees, and that's there. And here's where it's nice. We've got an eyepiece here, we've got a piece here with a wire diagonal. You look through your eyepiece, and it shows you the spotting wire, and it's sort of like a telescope or magnifying or binocular. So, I mean, you can see quite a bit further. You can pick out something much further away to take a sight on, and you walk to it. If you're having troubles, you flip the lens down so it's no longer magnifying. You just walk this way. Keeps you on the spot. And if you need to, you can, of course, adjust some of them, which is nice, so you don't have quite as much magnification. This is the type of compass I carry. Why? Because it's a lot easier for me to pick out something far enough away that I'm not wasting time checking the map and the compass every 50 yards, every 100 yards. I'm walking closer to 200 yards because I've got something picked out 200 yards away. And it's not any bigger. This one has a nice metal case, which means if you drop it, it's not likely to break. Whereas this one is a plastic case, much more likely to get scratched up or broken. But this also costs about a third of what this one does. Choice is up to you. What do you want? As I say, this is what I pick. But until my health failed and I destroyed my knee, I was always going camping and hunting and fishing, and so it paid me to have the good equipment. If you're not an outdoorsman and you only need something to throw in your emergency case for when something bad happens, this is, $5, $4, and you got yourself something that'll work. I wouldn't get something too much less than that, though. You can get compasses for as little as $2. But quite frankly, they don't work. They're just jittery. The whole thing is a waste. You can also buy a survival knife with a compass and the handle. You know what? I've yet to see one where the compass actually worked. I'm sure there's some out there, but I haven't seen them. Or as I say, if you really want to, if you don't trust your map reading skills, don't trust yourself to be able to use a compass, Amazon's got handheld GPS units aimed at hikers for, let's see here. Here's one for $84. Here's one for $154. $128. Okay. Now this one is 5-star rating, but it's $300. Here's one that's only $36, but it's also got a 2-star rating. What do you want? How much are you willing to spend? In the end, it's all up to you. And if you really wanted to, there's absolutely nothing that says you can't buy yourself a $5 compass now. And then couple months, couple years down the road, when you've got a little bit extra money, go ahead, get yourself a $30 compass, or get yourself that $300 handheld GPS unit. There's nothing that says you can't continually upgrade your emergency kit. But in the meantime, I got things I gotta do, so I'll wish you luck. You take care. I'll post a link to another video you might find interesting up here. Got something that I definitely know you'll like down here. And of course, as always, we've got links to subscribe over here. Take care. See you next time. Bye now.